This is the Tech Podcast Network. If it's tech, it's here.
Hey guys, this is Nick with F5Live.tv and of course the Tech Podcast Network at TPN.tv, bringing you more 2012 International CES coverage. I'm in front of the CAT suite and we're going to take a look at some cool stuff they have as far as high fidelity audio is concerned. Let's take a look.
Callisto.fm. Do you produce shows for the internet? Do you really know if anyone is watching or listening? Find out soon at Callisto.fm/beta to sign up and be the first to find out what happens after the download.
I'm here in the CAT suite with president and co-founder Brian Barr, CAT standing for California Audio Technology. I'm really curious how things got started and what cool products you really have on display this year at CES.
Well, CAT's been around for 22 years. I think it's our 20th CES. And our technology needs to work with other partners, like Theta Digital, to make the reality really become impressive for music as well as home theater. Home theater processors typically sound great, but not quite to the level of the high-end two-channel industry. And when people start to listen to their home theaters, they realize, wait a minute, listening to music playback is every bit as exciting, if not more. The Theta Digital processor here has the best DA conversion cards. In other words, it can create that digital to analog experience that brings top two-channel recordings into playback listening environments. So we're showing off in the suite the absolute most incredible two-channel listening people have ever heard as they come to the show. Theta also builds a two-channel DA converter, which is called the Gen 8, that takes two of their top DA cards and then reproduce it in a two-channel preamp, which we have here as well. And finally, the Theta Prometheus amplifiers, which are powering our loudspeakers. Now, CAT, as we said, been around for 22 years. We build the most accurate two-channel and home theater playback audio speakers on the planet. We use fantastic materials like Corian, Avonite, stainless steel, concrete, marble, granite. We use these world-class materials similar to you would use in aerospace industry or the race car industry. We use top CNC machines and we craft it to wristwatch quality. We build every part, every component of our loudspeakers, including the drivers. Each one of these drivers has a neodymium magnet structure, making it the most powerful motor in each respective driver size in the industry. And these are sitting in over 120 pounds of an MBX 105 material, with neodymium magnet structures, curvilinear aluminum driver cones, so we can be accurate at fantastic off-axis responses, which allows for a much better soundstage in both depth, left, right, top, bottom, and you can get the front row closer to the speakers and still be able to develop a fantastic soundstage. And finally, we mate them with the subwoofers. To put all this together, you need fantastic DSPs, which is the digital signal processors that allow us to time align, or signal align, and to put everything together so that all of the sounds from the tweeters, the mid-range, and the woofers go to the final end user at the exact same time, giving them a seamless experience. When you put these teams together, Theta Digital, Amplifier Technologies, California Audio Technology, and our loudspeakers, we can not only build home theaters and two-channel experiences, but our custom CNC machines can build all of these units into fantastic custom shapes and sizes, so we can literally hide them into the walls, floors, and ceilings of the top homes, recording studios, aircraft, and mega yachts throughout the world.
Sounds really great. Now we're going to take a brief break and have a word with our sponsor. As you may or may not know, F5Live.tv and the Tech Podcast Network at TPN.tv produce a lot of content on an everyday basis. The problem for us is we only see a download number at the end of the day. Are people really downloading the content and sharing it? Are they listening? Or are they just deleting it because it's part of their RSS feed? We really don't know. The solution is Callisto. Callisto.fm is going to public real soon, and they provide real-time analytics for you and your users to see if people are really engaged in the content that you're providing. So sign up today. Go to callisto.fm/BETA. That's callisto.fm/beta, and sign up for the public beta. Okay, so you talked earlier about the speaker setup and what really separates you guys apart from the rest of the competition. I'm looking at these massive speakers behind us. Tell me a little bit more about them and why I pick CAT over anybody else.
Well, CAT uses 5 CNC machines to mill every last component of our loudspeakers to wristwatch quality. Starting with the enclosure, this is 120 pounds of MBX 105 material. So it's not going to vibrate or flex like a normal MDF, particle board speaker would. It's like knocking on concrete, and it's milled to wristwatch quality. Again, 120 pounds of this material. CAT also manufactures every last aspect of its drivers. So this particular cone right here is made out of curvilinear aluminum, and it's got a fantastic curve to it, which makes it very strong. The aluminum is very lightweight, it dissipates heat, and it can throw very accurate responses, the dispersion pattern, at 50, 60, 70, 80 degrees off axis, which again allows for a much better soundstage. The front rows can be much closer. Right here, this is the inverse curve of this cone. So this is a solid piece of CNC'd copper. And what this does is break up any resonance that would be inside of the cone, and it also dissipates heat from the magnet structure. So just like a Formula One race car engine that might only be 3 liters and still put out 1,000 horsepower, this 6.5-inch driver can handle 5, 6, 7, if not 10 times more power than a conventional driver that would otherwise be made out of paper or plastics or polypropylenes. So just as you could imagine, the metal, which in this case is aluminum, dissipates heat. So does the solid copper face plug.
Excellent. Now, this obviously is very high-end audio. Who's your market, and where can they find more information about your product?
Our market is the top recording studios throughout the world, A-list musicians and celebrities that really enjoy to hear themselves the way that they know that it can happen. And then finally, fortunate individuals throughout the world that own world-class home theaters, mansions, both indoors and outdoors. Everything I just showed you is actually waterproof. And then we also work on very large-scale private aircraft and private yachts throughout the world.
Awesome. Well, Brian, I thank you for your time. Thank you very much. It was very nice. So as you can see, high-fidelity audio is definitely an interesting thing for us and for consumers all over the world. If you want to listen to audio, you have to do it the right way, and these guys might be the answer for you. So make sure you stay tuned to more continued coverage of 2012 International CES at both f5live.tv and tpn.tv. On behalf of the staff, I'm Nick. We'll see you next time for more coverage.
This is the Tech Podcast Network. If it's tech, it's here.